Have you ever heard of an army that fought without firing a single shot, yet helped win the war? What if I told you that one of the most legendary generals in American history commanded an entire force that didn't even exist? This is the mind-bending tale of the Phantom Army of Patton, a top-secret deception so elaborate, so convincing, that it fooled the Nazis and helped change the course of World War II. Our story begins in the spring of 1944. The Allies were preparing for Operation Overlord, the massive invasion of Nazi-occupied Europe, but there was a problem. How could they land on the beaches of Normandy without tipping off the Germans? The solution: misdirection, deceive the enemy, and that's where the Ghost Army came in. Officially known as the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, the Ghost Army was unlike any military unit before or since. It was made up not of hardened soldiers but of artists, actors, sound engineers, and illusionists. Their mission? To create a fake army that would convince Hitler the main invasion would happen in Pas-de-Calais, not Normandy. But to sell that lie, they needed a name that struck fear into German hearts. Enter General George S. Patton, the most aggressive, flamboyant, and feared American general. He was temporarily relieved of his command after slapping a soldier in Sicily, but that controversy made him the perfect smokescreen. The Germans believed wherever Patton went, the real attack would follow. So the Allies played their greatest trick. They gave Patton command of the 1st U.S. Army Group, a completely fictitious force. Thousands of inflatable tanks, rubber airplanes, and wooden artillery were set up across southeastern England. Dummy radio transmissions were sent day and night. Sound trucks blasted recordings of military drills. Actors posed as officers in local pubs, leaking fake details in drunken conversations. Even counterfeit patches and false newspaper articles added to the illusion. The Germans bought it, hook, line, and sinker. Nazi intelligence focused their defenses on Pas-de-Calais, where Patton's army appeared to be amassing. Meanwhile, the real invasion force crossed the English Channel toward Normandy, encountering far less resistance than they might have otherwise. And when D-Day struck on June 6, 1944, the deception didn't stop. The Ghost Army continued its charade for weeks, ensuring the Germans didn't shift reinforcements too soon. By the time they realized they'd been fooled, it was too late. The Allies had secured a crucial foothold in Europe. But the Phantom Army wasn't done. Over the course of the war, the Ghost Army executed more than 20 deception operations across Europe, setting up fake camps, broadcasting misleading radio chatter, and using their artistic talents to baffle the enemy again and again. Their work remained classified for decades. Even their families didn't know the full extent of what they had done, but historians now recognize their incredible contribution to the war effort. The Ghost Army didn't fire bullets, but they may have saved thousands of lives by drawing enemy forces away from the real front lines. And Patton? Though he never actually commanded the Ghost Army directly, his name and reputation were the keystone of the deception. Ironically, the man known for leading tanks into battle played one of his most important roles by leading an army that was never real. The Phantom Army of Patton is a story of illusion, imagination, and innovation in the face of tyranny. It reminds us that sometimes the most powerful weapon in war is the mind. So next time you hear a story that sounds too strange to be true, ask yourself, could it be another chapter from the epic time journeys of our past?